So we are back with aluminium. We are done with copper. We are done with iron. Let us look at aluminium as a metal. Remember, we said these metals, the categories of all metals, we shall classify them as synthetic materials. We gave the reason. The reason we said they are laboratory processed or man-made materials. That's the reason we gave. We know some of the uses of aluminium, and we've heard of the applications. We have heard of the materials made out of aluminium. One, aluminium is used to make aircraft parts. We shall see the reasons to why they majorly use aircraft. They usually use aluminium to make aircraft bodies. We shall see the reasons to why they use aluminium to make ships and boats. We shall see why they prefer aluminium than other metals used to make cooking utensils such as saucepans, and used to make sinks. They are aluminium sinks. There are reasons why they use aluminium other than copper and iron. Used to make lightning conductors. Used to make, we have said, ships, aircraft, utensils, sinks. The aluminium is also used to make door and window shutters. We very well know that the aluminium is used to make window and door frames. So there are very many other uses of aluminium, to mention but a few. And we are now looking at the reasons to why aluminium is a suitable material for use. Why people prefer aluminium for these uses? For these uses we've mentioned here. Why don't they use other metals? Why do they use these ones majorly? So one, the aluminium has a low density. It has a low density. Having a low density make aluminium a suitable material for making light products. For example, the aircraft bodies must be light so that the airplane and so on can float in air. The ships must be light, must be made of a material that has a lower density than water so that the ship can float on the water. So the aluminium is of a low density, hence make light products. It can also be used to make packing materials. For example, the tins, they are aluminium tins. So you can include it on the uses. 2, the aluminium is shiny. Being shiny, it is a shiny metal. Being shiny makes the product attractive, nice looking. Hence, make attractive and nice looking products. Though light, though of low density, the aluminium has a high melting point. Having a high melting point make aluminium resistant to fire. The aluminium cannot melt before the food is ready. However much heat you use, you cannot melt the aluminium because it has a high melting point. So this makes aluminium to be resistant to fire. Still, the aluminium has a high tensile strength, like other metals. Being of a high tensile strength, it makes it a good material to support heavy loads without breaking. So hence, can support heavy loads without breaking. 5, aluminium has very many properties. I'm mentioning some of them. So aluminium is a good conduct of heat and electricity. So it is used to make cooking and conduction cables. We have aluminium is more resistant to corrosion by chemicals. Aluminium does not rust, so it can be used where water is without lowering the efficiency. So resistant to corrosion by chemicals. We have very many properties of aluminium, but I think the 6, you can start on them. Remember, we said we are mentioning these for notes purposes, but they must always be connected to the scenario and the task always given. Don't cram, understand, because different scenarios will require these very points, but phrased in line with the scenario. So we are giving you a clue on how you should have presented your work, but always fight hard to connect it to the scenario and the task provided. This is some of the work about aluminium as a metal, and we've seen a number of questions that we are going to post in the on the website of the Muto online platform, but don't forget to subscribe. Let's meet in copper. Let's look in the next video for copper. Select Alan.